Oh, dude, that thing sits nasty. They're just a spinning. There's a lot of comments about my seating position in the wreck video, and after looking at my seating position, first off, there was a reason that I had it set that way. I wasn't really intending on racing the car. It was supposed to be a street car. Things kind of evolved over time. As I started to race it, in order to fit my helmet in there, being that I'm 6'3", you know, my head was usually this far away. But as soon as I put a helmet on, all that space is taken up and my head was in the ceiling. That's why I leaned my seat back a little bit to give me a little bit extra clearance, just have an inch or so between my head and the roof. Since we're in full teardown mode, I was able to strike a deal with Keegan. He's one of the guys that helps me film. I traded my old seats to him for a set of Kirkies. These are a 17-inch seat. I'm going to set those Kirkies up specifically just for me to drive. I guess if anybody else ever drives, they can suck it. What did he say? Because I don't care. It's only going to be me, probably. I'm going to start making brackets for him to set them on and make sure that I'm low enough in the car that I don't have issues hitting my head on stuff like last time. That'll allow me to sit up straighter, have more of a kinked elbow on the wheel, and hopefully everything is in better reach. It'll help me react faster in the future. So this is kind of what we're going with here. I got a board propping me up like that. As far as head clearance goes, I have about 2 inches or so. I'm currently sitting on the floor. The seat is directly on the floor. My setup, which is nice, which I like this, I can actually see the whole screen. My elbow, just driving like this, is going to be like that. And that's like with the clutch all the way out. The other thing I'm adding too is I'm adding this e-brake. I'm going to have the 2-step up here somewhere. I'm going to pull the e-brake, you know, and then I'm going to kind of bump into the beams. I'll be able to like roll in. Pretty much will drop the e-brake with the clutch, and then I go grab gears. So that's the plan. I actually do like the seating position. I really like sitting so much lower. It's just so much nicer. Also, I just noticed a little bit ago, it looks like somebody like took a shotgun and blasted the roof of this thing. I don't know what happened there. I'm going to start making brackets for this unit and see how I like the setup. If I don't like it, I'm going to change it. So we're kind of mocking up the seat now. I got to make some sort of bracket to get it bolted to the floor. We kind of measured everything out, figured out the seating arrangement. Got to be about 1 2x4. That's the setup. It fits me and only me. That's what we're going to run with. My arms are bent. Should be pretty comfortable, and I should be able to have complete control over it. Update on the seat. I just spent probably about 5 to 6 hours making this bracket, making sure that it's right, making sure it's positioned exactly where I want it. This is what we got. I'm going to show you what the bracket looks like, and then I'm going to stuff the seat in the car and see if everything's still where I want it. This is the bracket. I know you might think 5 hours for something like this, oh, that's bullshit, but it's not. I wanted to make sure everything was right. I have gussets welded into them so it doesn't fold up on me. It looks pretty good. I think it's gonna work. I had everything measured out and bolted down before this. I'm gonna throw it in the car right now. We're gonna see if this thing is actually what I want it to be or if I gotta remake it. So this is kind of my setup here with the clutch all the way out. So like as I'm letting out the clutch, this is how I'm gonna be. I got clearance there. I got full throw on that. My head has got maybe 2 inches or so on top. I'll take that. And the shifter is in a real comfortable location. Pop, pop, pop.
Clinically insane you are. It's crazy.
And my elbow is kind of at a, I don't know, almost a 90. I'll take that. That seems pretty darn good to me. Now I just got to do the passenger seat. That one's not going to be as in-depth as this one was. It'll be a lot easier. Onwards. I finished up this seat on the passenger side. That's what we're looking like. It's pretty much in line with that one. Then I got to start mounting up that Hydro e-brake so we can start working around that stuff. I got to put the anti-roll bar in yet. Adam's got to wire the car. He's going to be here really soon. I'm going to get after those couple things. We're going to be dialed. I got the gussets on the second seat all welded up. They look all right. Not perfect. They will work. So I'm not really sure where we left off. Josh is slapping on the brakes right now. While he's doing that, I'm putting together the anti-roll bar right there. Billion different pieces. I'm gonna mock it up, get it tacked in. I'll show you guys what everything's looking like. I'll burn it in. I got an idea of how I want to set it up. So that arm is gonna connect directly to the frame right here. I'm gonna have the rod run right here. Those ends are actually gonna be tied up against the bushings once it's all said and done. And those ends there are gonna get welded right about there. I got the brackets and stuff welded in underneath the car. Now I'm welding the arms onto the anti-roll bar itself. I'm just burning in welds there. They look pretty good. I think they'll work for what I'm doing. This is a TRZ anti-roll bar as well, if anybody was curious. I'm gonna get after it, make this thing. TIG welding on the anti-roll bar is done. I got it all mounted up in the car. Then I'll give you a little update on what else we're doing right now. There's the anti-roll bar. It's in. It's mounted up. Everything's welded up. I do have to wait for my shocks and stuff to get here so that I know how long to make the anti-roll bar links. I'm just kind of waiting on that. Another thing that we're working on right now, actually I'm not working, Adam is all the wiring. Adam's making this fancy control panel again for the second time. He has an absolute spaghetti mess of wires all over in the car like that. I'm not going to put too much of the wiring stuff on my channel, but if you want to go check out Adam's channel, it's Redneck Racing. He has kind of a full tutorial. Holy I can't talk.
That was something else.
He'll have like a full tutorial on the wiring. I just put the nose back on the car. It looks freaking sweet. I really jumped ahead a week here. So last time I was recording anything, we were messing with the anti-roll bar. So the anti-roll bar is in there. I'm waiting on some brackets and stuff that I'm going to weld in. And also, the car is like 95% wired right. Adam has been going ham on this thing for the last weekend or two. And it looks amazing. Kind of looks like a mess yet, but all this is gonna go into like wire loom and stuff, and we put Deutsch connectors on everything. Made that fancy switchboard down there. A whole bunch of upgrades in the wiring stuff just to make sure that it's the next level. Everything in the front is back together. Turbos are on, exhaust is on. We're good up in the front. Waiting on some brake lines that I'm gonna probably do right after this. I mounted up the seats as you guys seen just earlier. And then also, I'm a little excited about this. I got a new set of wheels. Obviously, when the tree hit the side of the car, it stoved in one of those wheels really badly. I figured it was a perfect time to get a matching set for the front since, well, I need new wheels anyways. The wheels that I got, they are Jags brand SSR spiked wheel. That's what they look like. So I got to drill holes in these brand new rims, put rim screws in them. Then I'm going to throw a valve stem in there, mount the tires up on this, and after that I'm going to go get them balanced. Pretty fired up about the new wheels having matching wheels. These ones have different back spacing. They're actually going to be sucked into the car just a little bit more. Better use of those massive wheel tubs that are in the back of the car. That's basically the update. We are like a day away from firing this thing up if I get my part. We're right there. We are right there. Now that all the holes and screws are drilled into the rims, it's a real shame that I had to do that on brand new rim. You gotta do what you gotta do. Now that those are all done, I'm gonna throw some tires on here. Stick them on here, run the screws into the tire, then I'm gonna go send them out to get balanced. That one's mounted up. That was a pain in the butt. I was trying not to damage the rims too bad. Usually I can get them on a lot easier than that. And I got one more to go. It looks pretty darn good on there though, I will say that. I'm not really sure where I left off. I got my coilovers in for the rear. They look absolutely sick. These are the nicest shocks that I've ever had. I kind of guessed based on what I thought the car is going to weigh. See if that's right or not. I'm going to get these coilovers slapped together. I'm going to stuff them in the car, grab some brackets that I made, and weld them in. I have them all mocked up. They're ready to weld in. I did a whole bunch of measuring and dropped a bunch of plumb bobs to make sure everything was good and straight. I'll show you what it looks like. I'm gonna burn them in real quick. This is kind of about what we're looking like. And underneath, this is kind of what it's looking like. I think it looks pretty darn good. I still have some adjustment spots down there so I can move them. Shocks are welded in. Now I got the wheels on it and I'm going to lower it on the ground and we're going to see how this thing looks. I may raise or lower the ride height just a little bit to just kind of get it where I think it'll work and where it looks absolutely sassy. I just can't contain my excitement here. So I lowered the car to the lowest possible setting in the coilovers. Look at that tuck.
Oh my gosh, just look at it.
These are 28-10-5 tires. I think that's as low as I would want to go with these anyways because I want to have some clearance here between the frame and the floor. That is sick. I'm going to leave it like that for now till we get more details on how this is going to work out at the track. And if I need to raise it or lower it, we'll see. I'm just going to weld in the anti-roll bar real quick off camera. Get that done and out of the way. I got to weld in a seat brace for the driver's seat. Then it's time to start throwing carpets and belts and all sorts of stuff in this car. I have not recorded anything for probably about 2 days now. And a lot of stuff has changed. I've been thrashing away at this thing. Adam's been thrashing away at this thing. We got headlights, we got brake lights, we got blinkers, we got tail lights. All the lights work. More importantly,
Shut up.
the rear end completely finished and painted, and it looks really sweet. And also, I put the interior in. The passenger seat isn't in the car yet. Carpet's in. Everything's looking good there. We're bleeding the brakes and stuff currently. It is really coming along here. It looks super nice. I'm super fired up to get back at the track. I think in about 2 weeks we got a track day coming up, so we're gonna go make sure we get to that. We're gonna finish up some odds and ends. Probably the next thing that you guys are gonna see is us firing this thing up.
Just stay away from the side in case the wrap on this content.
I would not be surprised.
That's not good. I'm waiting for all the swamp grass to come flying out of these us. Is there some?
Yeah, there's some swamp grass down in there.
New car's nickname will be Thingmaker.
Hey, that ain't bad.
Alright, here we go.
Fires up, works, so it hasn't even been 2 months since the wreck. We already got another car back up and running. Probably be at the track in what, 2 weeks? Oh, dude, that thing sits nasty. They're just a spinning. That's gonna do it for this video, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to help me out in any way, the best thing that you can do is sharing one of my videos with your buddies and seeing if they like my content like you guys do. If you guys like turbos, LS, stick shift stuff, and race cars, and your buddies do too, make sure you guys send them my videos. That's not poop on my finger, I swear. I appreciate all the support that I've got. It's really helped out a lot. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.